Hi, welcome to Spec Hunter. The Nikon Z90 is one of the most talked about cameras of the year, even though Nikon has not officially confirmed it yet. That alone shows how much excitement there is. People are not only curious, they are not simply waiting for another release. They are actively excited. They are looking for information, debating its features, and discussing what this model could mean. The Z90 is being imagined as much more than just an upgrade. Many people see it as Nikon's chance to bring back the spirit of the legendary D500, but this time in a mirrorless body. That is why the buzz around it feels so strong. To understand why the Z90 matters, it helps to look at Nikon's journey in the mirrorless world. Over the last several years, Nikon has put a lot of focus on building a solid lineup of full-frame cameras. We have seen models like the Z6, Z7, Z8, and Z9. Each one was designed to compete with Canon and Sony. The Z9, in particular, has already become a legend. It is trusted by professionals across the globe for sports, wildlife, and video. It offers features that rival and sometimes even surpass the best DSLRs from the past. Then came the Z8, which packed much of the Z9's power into a smaller and more affordable body. These cameras proved one thing very clearly. Nikon is serious about mirrorless. But there has been a missing piece. While Nikon was busy with full-frame, its APS-C lineup was left behind. The main options have only been the Z50 and the retro-styled ZFC. Both are fun, light, and practical for everyday use. But they are not professional tools. They lack advanced autofocus, high burst speeds, and in-body stabilization. For enthusiasts they're good, but for serious shooters they are not enough. Wildlife photographers and sports shooters, who rely on APS-C cameras for extra reach, have been waiting for something better. This is why the Z90 is so important. It represents Nikon's chance to finally give APS-C users the body they have been asking for. At the heart of the Z90 is the rumored 33-megapixel APS-C sensor. This is a bold move. Nikon could have gone with the safer 24-megapixel option, which is widely considered the sweet spot for APS-C. But instead, they may be pushing resolution higher. This puts the Z90 directly against cameras like Canon's R7 and Fujifilm's X-H2. A higher resolution sensor means more detail, more freedom for cropping, and better results for large prints. It also makes the camera more appealing to hybrid creators who care about both photos and video. When paired with oversampling, a 33-megapixel sensor can deliver very sharp 4K video that looks professional. Of course, higher resolution comes with challenges. Packing 33 million pixels onto a smaller APS-C sensor means each pixel is smaller. Smaller pixels often struggle in low light, leading to more noise at high ISO. The big question is whether Nikon can overcome this. If the Z90 uses the latest X-Speed processors from the Z8 and Z9, it should be able to handle noise effectively. Nikon also has a strong reputation for color science. This means natural tones, pleasing skin colors, and wide dynamic range, even straight out of the camera. Video is another area where the Z90 is expected to stand out. The ability to shoot 4K at 60 frames per second with oversampling is already impressive. This ensures crisp footage instead of lower resolution video that is simply upscaled. But what excites many people is the possibility of recording in full HD at 120 or even 180 frames per second. High frame rate recording opens the door to smooth slow motion. Slow motion has become one of the most popular forms of video content today. It turns simple actions into dramatic scenes. The beat of a bird's wing, the splash of water, or an athlete in motion all become more powerful in slow motion. By offering this feature, Nikon shows that the Z90 is not only for photographers. It is also for video creators. Speed is just as important as resolution and video. Wildlife and sports shooters live by burst rates. Missing even one frame can mean losing the perfect shot. The Z90 is expected to offer 15 frames per second with its mechanical shutter. That alone would be excellent compared to older APS-C models. But many are wondering whether Nikon will also include a faster electronic shutter option. If they can match Canon's R7 with 30 frames per second electronic bursts, it would be a huge selling point. Imagine catching every tiny moment of a bee, taking flight, or a player scoring in a fast-moving game. These are the kinds of moments that define action photography. Another major feature could be in-body image stabilization. Nikon already uses powerful IBIS in its full-frame Z8 and Z9. If they bring this to the Z90, it could provide up to 6 stops of compensation. Canon's R7, which is one of the Z90's main rivals, does not have IBIS. That gives Nikon a real opportunity to take the lead. With stabilization, photographers can shoot handheld in low light without worrying about blur. They can also use long telephoto lenses and still get sharp results when tracking wildlife. For many, IBIS alone could be the deciding factor when choosing between Canon and Nikon. The design of the rear screen is another area of interest. Nikon could choose a tilting screen, which appeals more to photographers, or a fully articulating screen, which is better for vloggers and video creators. Each has strengths. A tilting screen is simple and quick to use in both landscape and portrait orientations. A fully articulating screen is more flexible for filming yourself or capturing creative angles. Whatever Nikon chooses will show us who they think the Z90 is mainly for. Storage and workflow are just as important. Many expect the Z90 to include dual card slots. If one slot is CF Express Type B and the other is IST, it would offer the best of both worlds. Professionals would benefit from the speed of CF Express, which is essential for 4K video and long bursts. Enthusiasts would enjoy the affordability and availability of SD cards. Most cameras at this level only offer dual SD slots or even a single slot. If Nikon includes CF Express, it would be a strong sign that this is a serious tool, not just a casual camera. Build quality is another strength of Nikon. Their cameras are known for being rugged, durable, and weather-sealed. Wildlife and sports shooters often work in tough conditions with rain, dust, or snow. A magnesium alloy body, strong sealing, and ergonomic design would be expected. Nikon has a history of making cameras that can handle harsh environments, so it is likely the Z90 will continue that tradition. Price will play a big role in how the Z90 is received. Canon's R7 sells for around $1,500 body only. Sony's A6700 is in a similar range. Fujifilm's X-H2S is closer to $2,500. Where Nikon decides to place the Z90 will reveal a lot about their strategy. If they want to compete directly with Canon, a price between $1,600 and $1,800 makes sense. But if they include advanced features like IBIS, dual card slots, and fast bursts, they may aim closer to $2,000. The final price will decide whether this camera is seen as an enthusiast-level competitor or a semi-pro flagship. Lens compatibility is another advantage. The Z90 will use Nikon's Z mount, which already has a strong lineup of lenses. While the dedicated APS-C lenses are limited, all full-frame Z lenses work perfectly on APS-C bodies. This means Z90 users will have access to Nikon's high-quality S-line glass right away. Over time, Nikon will likely expand its DX lens lineup, but even at launch, the Z90 will not be limited in lens choices. When you put all of this together, the Z90 looks like more than just another release. It feels like a turning point for Nikon in the APS-C world. Imagine a creator shooting sharp 4K 60 video, then switching to slow motion at 120 frames per second. Imagine a wildlife photographer using the 1.5x crop factor to turn a 400mm lens into the equivalent of 600mm. Imagine a sports shooter firing at 15 or even 30 frames per second and never missing the action. These are not just numbers on a spec sheet. They are real-world benefits that will make a difference in how people create. This is why the anticipation for the Z90 is so strong. It is not only about resolution or stabilization or burst speed. It is about what the camera represents. For APS-C shooters, it is the chance to finally have a professional-grade body that rivals the best from Canon, Sony, and Fujifilm. For Nikon, it is the chance to bring back the spirit of the D500, but with modern mirrorless technology. Right now, nothing is confirmed. Nikon has not announced specs or a release date. But the signs are there. Prototypes may already be in testing. Leaks are beginning to surface. And the demand is clear. If Nikon wants to strengthen its place in the mirrorless market, launching the Z90 soon is the right move. The big questions remain. Will it use a stack sensor? Will it match Canon's burst speeds? Will it be designed more for stills or for hybrid creators? These questions keep the community buzzing. One thing is certain. If Nikon delivers even half of what is expected, the Z90 will be one of the most important APS-C cameras of the decade. It will not just be another mid-range model. It will be a statement. And that is why so much attention has been focused on its context, its features, and its design. These are the foundations of all the hype. For more videos, please like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get the latest updates.